Thank you, Mr. Sachdeva, for joining us. How was the panel and what were its takeaways?
Panel was very good, and in fact the discussion and the topic was very nice, because I believe that this kind of discussion actually add value in terms of the knowledge transformation, and also you come up with many new ideas and which actually can be implemented in any organization, and as well as this is a kind of good learning for the other people also, those who are participating this kind of discussion that way.
All right. Any specific trends you have observed in the HR sector?
See, trend, if we talk of, there's this very drastic shift, because earlier there was very, fixed approach in terms of hiring and in terms of approaching the candidate. Today's time, the trend has changed. The social media added, sufficient value in it, and as well as in terms of the manpower also, their expectation, their approach towards the job, their career has also changed over a period of time. And today, if you talk of, then HR has to balance both this situation. One side, the management expectation; on the other side, looking at the candidate and candidate's expectation also, because the candidates today, they want a different environment, and the value system is totally different, because when they step into the organization, they actually expect an organization where they are getting full freedom and to perform, and as well as to experiment many things. They want full powers and authorities also, but that's a kind of balanced approach which we have to take care of. So that's a change.
How is the HR operation in your organization being taken care of? Any new projects, any trend you are following right now?
Yes, I mean, in our organization we have almost more than 80% population, those who are coming between generation X and Y, right? And more than rather 90%, so to say. And so therefore, what strategy we follow, and what we actually initiated is that in HR specifically, if we talk of, then we have small projects which we roll out, and we engage people within our team only. Then those who are those who takes care of all those projects, instead of hiring consultant, instead of hiring outside agency to step into and give them direction, because when outside agency comes, they will give you something which is ready made, but at the same time, when you want that your team member should have that exposure, when you want that your team member should have that experience and understanding and the knowledge of that particular subject, so it is better to give them an opportunity to experience and experiment also. So therefore, in our HR team, we generally run small projects, whether it is related to market survey, whether it is related to survey of employees, whether it is related to, recently we completed implementation of people software. Almost all the team members were engaged, and they participated very well, and ours was one of the very good implementation we actually ensure, and it was done in just 5 to 6 months time, which was actually a landmark which we achieved. And the entire project was completed in almost 10 to 11 months time, which is there were a couple of modules which base module of 5 to 6 module we completed in initial 5 and 6 months time. So that was a big achievement we see, and as well as there was enormous opportunity to learn for everybody in the team also as well. So that's a kind of that's how we actually engage people, and that's how we actually ensure that HR team also should be involved in terms of new learning and new projects as well.
Great. So you have leveraged technology to a great extent with initiating with PeopleSoft, it being a great software. So what are the other technology usage, and what's the extent of technology that HR is using in your organization?
See, within house only we actually designed 2-3 psychometric tool, which is a kind of by which we actually analyze people. We actually analyze candidates also, those who come for an interview, and also we analyze their expectation and the trend towards the expectation also, and accordingly we mold in our strategy in terms of hiring new candidates from the campus, and as well as the freshers, those who are coming from the institutes and so on. Right. So this is how the technology actually help us. And PeopleSoft was also introduced, or so to say, this ERP tool was also introduced for the because to ensure the maximum reach of HR to the far-flung areas, because today we have 12,000 plus employees, and because so that everybody should be in a position to access the application, and they can get maximum benefit out of that application. That's how we ensure that it is happening.
Great.
Yeah.
So you spoke about psychoanalysis test and all of this being done before the psychometric tool. This is again a great thing that you're following, the exact path which NTPC followed, and it was a great success. What is the extent and what made you choose this? Because it's now in a very nascent stage that psychometric analysis is present, but yes, it has started. Are you also involving emotional quotient there?
Yes, see, when it comes to emotion quotient, then the actual scenario is that with psychometric analysis, you are in a position to identify the indications of that individual's behavior, indications of that individual's approach towards a particular subject. But at the same time, to actually analyzing an individual, you have to have one-to-one discussion instead of depending on the application, because depending on application will actually help us to identify, okay, these are the areas where the individual is very strong, or these are the areas where the individual is actually slightly weak in terms of emotions. But at the same time, to analyze further, you have to have one-to-one discussion. You have to analyze that with the help of interaction, and then only you can actually come to a right conclusion. Okay, this is the area of opportunity for us to work on. That way.
In the general ecosystem of India, what are the three major challenges you see the sector is facing?
See, presently, if we talk of the biggest challenge is that the quality of education has deteriorated over the period of time, because the mushrooming institutes which are coming across the country are coming up with so many degrees, so many courses, so many programs, but at the same time the institutes are actually struggling on finding the quality faculty. That's the big challenge, and because the faculty they are unable to find good faculty, so the pass out rate is getting high. I mean, you will see that most of the students are coming out of university, out of institute, and holding the degree. But when you interview them, when you speak to them, you actually see that they are lacking on their basics of communication, basic of understanding the concept, and this is the major challenge which I see as an economy, or
they're
as
not
an
employable.
Absolutely, because ultimately it will reflect on the country as a whole, and for any economy, for so to say, because if you are not ensuring the quality of education, that means the foundation is not strong. So if foundation is not that strong, where they actually have combination of theoretical and as well as the practical knowledge, and they are out in the market to look for opportunity, and they want to experiment those. So if the quality is not ensured, trust me, this kind of this problem will actually impact on the entire economy, and as well as the organizations also.
Right. Well, the deterioration of the education standard is here to stay, it's for sure. So what's the solution for human resource? How do they go about it? Because here we have these educational institutions just mushrooming with no affiliation whatsoever.
Right. You see, this is a hardcore reality that quality of education has gone down, but at the same time, HR has taken the focus towards the training and development, because that is the need of the hour. You have to develop people, may or may not be having that skill, those who those who are joining the organization and as per your requirement, because at times the organizations are using certain applications which are not available in open market. There are certain processes which are not available in open market to experiment also, and to experience as well. So therefore HR has a very major role in terms of this entire change process. When there is onboarding, after the onboarding has taken place, then the HR has an important role to step into and give them an opportunity to learn. And that's why many organizations focus on initial 30 days or 60 days plan to give them a rigorous training program, and so that they should learn entire end-to-end activities, and that's the role HR has to play on that.
Great. Anything else you would like to add?
Nothing. I mean, if you talk about, just now, as I said, that today's world, the new generation is actually looking for a boundary-free world, and they're looking for an opportunity which is a kind of a world which is boundaryless and a global citizenship, so to say, because nowadays, if you talk of, then it is not the resources which are coming in less, or the quality resources which you are facing. At the same time, you will also see that the present and the next generation, they are very they want everything quicker, they want everything faster. So in that quicker and faster mode, and the expectations are very, very high. So to meet those expectation, we have to have all those facilities, all those attractions which are available, which should be available in an organization, and so that the people should not look for anything outside this environment.
Right.
That way. So to retain them, it is always a challenge.
So when is mankind having swimming pool, gyms? In the organization?
That's a luxury, no
Right.
doubt. But at the same time, the work-life balance is, which is very, very important, and we also give sufficient attention to that work-life balance. But at the same time, gym, pool, or any other facility, so to say, I mean, that's a kind of facility which is which is a kind of luxury, so to say, which, as I said, but at the same time.
But the youngsters would not consider that a luxury. Let's
No,
say a
yeah,
pool table.
it is the necessity for them.
Necessity,
It is the
right.
necessity for them. But at the same time, it depends on the nature of business you are into, right? Because when you see that, yes, this is the need of the hour, suddenly you have to invest on those things. You cannot ignore that. Like, I mean, today's time, if we talk of mobile phone, which is a kind of very essential tool for the people, those who are interacting frequently. So definitely, mobile phone, you have to provide them mobile phone, you have to provide them connections, and so on. So whatever is needed. I mean, like earlier, if you talk of 5 years before or 10 years before, laptop was a kind of luxury item. Today, laptop is an essential thing. So it is the need of the hour. You have to provide them laptop so that they should respond to the query. They should be in a position to ready with the data and everything. So with the help of that laptop, that's the thing.